Hi, I'm Don Singletary, and welcome to the channel. And I hope you'll join our 10,000 subscribers here on the channel and hit that subscribe button. Today, I've got some special things coming up on the video. We have a great trade of the week where I'm going to trade the S&P500 Micro Emini. But also today, after the live trade of the week, or the featured trade of the week, I'm going to have some trading tips. Or if you're beginner or learning to trade or been trying to learn how to trade for a few months and you think that you're supposed to lose money while you're learning to trade, that's not right. You should expect to make money. I'll be talking about that, and I'll show you some of the biggest reasons that new traders overtrade. They haven't yet learned the patience it takes to be a crackerjack at selecting the right trades. But for now, let's get into today's trade of the week. Now, stay tuned, and if you don't want to see the trade of the week, be sure you fast forward through it, because you want to hear the tips that I'm going to have after that trade today. For my featured trade today, I'm going to be selling 2 contracts of the S&P Micro Emini. At 9:30, the market goes up for 5 minutes, then turns directly down. This is the 16th of September, 2021. And at 9:54, I decide to enter a trade. So I go over and click the bid price on my watch list, and that brings up the trade panel. Now on the trade panel, I want to short 2 contracts, and you can see I only have -1 there. So I go over and change that to -2. Then I hit the bracket button, and I click and drag the bracket over to the left side of the screen, and on the right side I click chart, so my chart will appear there. And now I have a great view of the bracket order and the chart. Now I go up and put in my stop loss at 44.60. That's about 6 points at $10 a point, $60 up from where I shorted the contracts. And the close at profit, it's arbitrary. You can put anything in there. I chose to put 44.45. It's only kind of a placeholder wish list at the moment. And when I'm satisfied with my parameters there, I click the review and send, and the order is out there. So I'm going to get filled here with 2 short contracts at 44.52.50. Look at the lower pane in the display here, and you'll see that the MACD green is below the red line and rapidly going to the 0 line, which leads me to forecast that the market will continue to go down here. Now, the first thing I do is go up and grab that stop market at 44.60. It's a little bit high at $80, $75 above the 44.52. So I want to bring that down, and I see I'm trading at about 44.51 now. So I calculate quickly, and I think I'm going to be comfortable, since it's not a really volatile moment in time right now, to move that stop down to 44.55. And that's just 2.5 points, or $25 up from where I shorted at. Certainly a reasonable stop loss amount, maybe not as much as some of the other trades require. And maybe I spoke too soon, because I'm trading back up at 44.54 now. So I reach in there and move that stop back up to 44.56.5, still comfortably about 4 points or $40 up from the price where I shorted these 2 S&P contracts. Be sure you stay tuned after the video today. I'm going to be talking about some points about the expectations that new traders might have for trading and their attitudes about learning it, and I think I've got some helpful things for you. I'm trading down at 44.53 right now. I'm about $10 in the hole on the trade after just a couple of minutes of trading. And if you watch my videos enough, you know that I'm always thinking, how can I lower that stop market or stop loss price up there at 44.56.5 right now? I live to bring that down, because my obsession is with not risking any more money than I have to on each and every trade. That is priority number 1. And I had to back it off a little bit because the trading price was getting up to 44.55, so I moved that stop back up to 44.57 3/4. So that's about 5 1/4. So that's what, $52 up from where I shorted the 2 contracts. So my stop is 5 1/4 points up from where I shorted the contracts. 5 1/4, $52.50. Should I get stopped out at 44.57 and 75? And I definitely want to move that stop closer. And I'm trading 44.54 right now, so I'm 3 3/4 points away from being stopped out. And this doesn't seem to be a particularly volatile trade. It is moving slowly, and I guess when you have a trade, you always wish that it would move faster in the direction that you choose. 44.56 1/4 now. I'm only 1.5 points from being stopped out on this. And I get my click and drag mouse out here, and I'm just watching that MACD down there, and I don't see anything that indicates this price should turn around. In fact, a little red line just went below the 0 line there, which is a technical sign in the MACD talk of the trade should continue to go down in price. But of course, prices don't go straight down, and you have to trade. You have to put up with things like this where it goes against you for a little while. I'm down about $30 in the trade right now, and my stop is up at 44.59 and a half. So that's a $70 stop up there, but I'm only trading about $30 in unrealized losses now on the trade. So I'm not down to $70. My stop's up there at $70, but I'm only trading about 3 points, $30 off of where I entered the trade. And I'm mindful that at any time, and you should be too, you can bail out of this trade. You can stop it anywhere you want. You don't have to wait for it to hit your stop loss amount. If you risk during a trade is a dynamic thing. It's constantly changing. And I'm only $20 down, $25 down of the trade right now, even though my stop is up there at $70. But I assure you, I would never let this trade go and exceed that 45.59.50 up there. I'm watching it very, very closely. There, I was able to move it back down 2 points again now. So basically my stop's about $55. And I decided to lower my target down to 44.40 3/4. And I can't explain to you why. I just wanted to give that thing room to go down there and hit a target. And the market doesn't care what I put in for a target because it's trading is a very totally impersonal thing. 44.55 right now. So I'm only $25 down in the trade. My stop's up there at about $50. And I just moved it down to 44.55.50. So now my stop is only $30 away. And there you see for the first time I'm trading down at 44.50 and 44.51 now. So the trade's finally looking like it may go my way just a little bit. We'll see. 45.50, 2.5. I'm basically even money. And I've been in the trade 4 or 5 minutes now. It's trading down at 44.50, 1.5 now. I'm actually $10 up. And I put my stop only a little less than $20 actually at 44.54. So that's 117.50 that I'm risking on the trade right now. And I'm kind of mentally telling this trade, look, if you don't go somewhere, I'm going to bail and get out of here because I'm not going to lose $30 or $40 on a trade like this. There's just not much reward. The volatility is very low. There you go, 44.50 now. I'm up $20 in a trade. Okay, now here's where I am. I'm 7 minutes into the trade. I'm risking less than $25. My stop's up at 54.75. That's 2 1/4 points, $22.50. I'm only ahead like $12.50 on the trade. But it doesn't matter how I began the trade. That's where I am now. I have a very low risk amount, just $22.50. I'm trying to hang on to this trade and eke some profits out of it. I'm trading 44.50 and 44.50 now. So I'm up $22, and my stop's about $27 up, or $22.50, I think. Now I'm down to 44.49 1/4, finally. some progress is what I'm thinking. And you know what I'm going to be thinking next is how can I move that stop down so that I can make the risk even less on this trade as it moves along. Right now, I don't care. Time is suspended. I don't care how long I've been in the trade. I don't care how many times I've had to move the stop. I can only deal with what's directly in front of me. I see it trading 44, 49, 50 down there, and I move it down, and now at last I have a free trade. If I get stopped out now, I'm about 3 points, 2.5 points away. If I get stopped out now, I break even, and I did all the work for nothing. And that's okay. I mean, that happens. That's kind of what you signed up for. So my stop's now at 44.52 1/4. So I'm going to make worst case scenario $2.50 on this trade, and I have no control over what happens next. There's no technical indicator, no amount of hoping or wishing or anything else you can do. You can only deal with what you're handed. And 44.49 right now, that's 3.25 points up. If I took the profit right now, I would get $32.50, something like that. Okay, now I'm not fooling myself. $32.50 is not what I'd call life-changing money, but I am practicing now. I'm trading small with a Micro E-mini so I can move up and trade with either a higher number of contracts with a Micro E-mini, or I can go to the regular E-mini contract, which is on the S&P, it would be $50 per point. And so you need to practice and always think forward like you're going to do this. Now, you know what I'm thinking by now. I'm trading 44.47 1/4. That's the most I've been ahead on this trade at all. 44.46 now. So I had about a $60 unrealized profit there for a microsecond, I guess. And by the way, are we having fun yet? You know, 44.46, I got to move that stop down here. It's entirely too high now because I got a chance to lock in some serious money here. But I have to ask myself, where do I put the stop now? And there you go. I just hit 44.50 now. And that would be like $80 of unrealized gains. And my stop's still up at 44.50. So I have my Tastyworks mouse and I'm frantically trying to get that stop down without getting stopped out, because if there's a lot of money to let this thing run and make even more, I don't want to stop myself out too soon. You never have all the information you need to make a perfect decision. You just have to take your best stab at it. And I moved it down to 44.48, and then the prices looked like to me it might rise again. So I decided to give it a little more room, back off a half a point, 44.4850. And after thinking for a couple of seconds, I decided this trade's about gone kaput here. That's my final offer, 44.48, and I'm sticking to it. There you go. I'm stopped out. Remember to click the like button if you want to see another video next week and the weeks to follow, like the one you've seen today. Let's count the money. A trade duration, 11 minutes, profit $45. Maximum drawdown was about $45 at one point. The maximum unrealized gains, that was 44.50. So my maximum unrealized gain possibility was $80, and I only got a little over 50% of it, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. I could have done better, maybe, maybe not. We'll talk about the book in a minute. You know, we have almost 100 free videos on the channel now. I hope you will subscribe so you can look at them. There's some marked playlist, especially for beginners, in the text below this video. I promised you a couple of trading tips after the featured trade of the week today, and now I'm going to follow through with that. You expect things that would make a huge difference in your trading might take a long time to explain, or you might think they should be complicated, but just the opposite is true. They're very, very simple. Let me show you an example. The other day, someone wrote me and said, Mr. Singletary, I practiced for a week on the trade simulator, and I was up $6,600 my first week. Then I switched to real money, and I lost almost $200 my first week of real money trading. Now, though this guy's intentions were great, This fellow explained to me that he was using a trade simulation account with a balance of $100,000. He clearly was not practicing what he would have to do when he switched to real money and he had a balance that was closer to $2,500 in that account. Not the same thing at all. He was practicing things that he isn't going to encounter when he goes to his real money account. He took so much higher risk in the simulated account, and he was no doubt fearless because he was trading with play money. So what he wound up doing, or what people do when they do this, they don't realize they're practicing things that they're not even going to encounter, and they totally waste their time in the trade simulator. By the way, the CME has a great trade simulation program. It's free, there are no ads, and you get the quotes and everything. The screens are very much like the Tastyworks screens that I use here on the channel. So you can download that free. There's no credit card or anything required like that. And it also has an Excel spreadsheet that captures your trades, so you can take them and print them out and look at them or whatever you'd like to do or not do with them. Now, the other really, really important tip, and you have to follow me on this one because it's a little bit counterintuitive maybe. Now, I tell you that you're only going to win 55 to 60% of your trades and you're going to lose about 40%. But it's a big mistake when you just chalk off all your losses to just bad luck. I mean, bad luck exists out there, but you have to make decisions that get you in front of that bad luck. So if you just chalk your mistakes off and your losses to bad luck and say, well, I'm just paying tuition, what you're doing is ignoring things about your trading that you should be using to learn to trade better. So you can't be an ostrich and put your head in the ground and say, oh, it's just bad luck, because you're the one who made the decisions, who selected that trade. Now, think about that one a little bit. You shouldn't go into trading expecting to lose money. And if you chalk it off to just bad luck, I'm saying that you're ignoring some signals that will help you learn to trade better. And that's a great trading tip right there. It really is. You should take this seriously. It's your business and you're calling the shots. You're the captain of your ship. And I just want you to do well, and you have to take the good and the bad and learn from both of them in order to be able to do that. There is one great big trading indicator that will measure your progress, and that's your account balance. Remember, rule number one, and look for the link in the text below the video. If you haven't seen the video, I call rule number one. It's always protect your account balance in there. Thanks for taking a look at the book. It's sold thousands of copies, and people have given me over 225 five-star reviews on the book. I'm very wowed and grateful for that, and I hope you'll check it out. The link is in the text below this video. And be sure, how about that Tastyworks mouse where you can click and drag that stop order down while you're looking at the live trade chart. There's information in the text below this video down there too, where you can find out more about Tastyworks. I'm Don Singletary, and I hope every day is a payday for you. Thank you.